Sup? Yeah, we're doing this thing again. Uh, and this time, I actually don't have anything to talk about at all. Well, that's not true. I have a couple of things in mind. But it's sort of going to be a scatterbrained Friday night, whatever. So I guess right now, what I'm going to say is that it's an open floor. If you've got questions, you got things you want to ask me, you got things you want to tell me, as long as they're constructive, feel free. Feel free? Yeah. The English language has already gone out the window, apparently. But feel free to post and ask, and I will try and answer. But I cannot guarantee an answer for everything because there are some things that I don't know about. First and foremost, the one thing that I do want to get off my chest right now is the fact that all of the videos that do not have an intro and outro, haven't been spiced up or anything like that, are now uploaded to YouTube as of today. This archive is not going to be posted till tomorrow, so I guess updated as of yesterday, whatever the case may be. That is a thing. That is a big thing, actually, because now it means I'm free to upload whatever I want instead of being limited with regards to the content that is uploaded. There's a lot of stuff in here. In fact, I'm going to go over to my video manager and just have a quick little look-see. I love how it feels the need to send me an email because I went live. Yeah, I know that. Thank you very much. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's not quite what I had in mind. Like I said, this is just going to be really scatterbrained. I'm not prepared at all for any of this stuff. So, yeah, there's a lot of stuff in here. If it would ever actually load, I think they're intentionally sabotaging their old Creator Studio Classic to try and get people to use the new one. I've already mentioned before I can't. So until they get their heads out of their rear ends and realize that, hey, maybe we shouldn't be, worrying about people having the latest and greatest browser when a browser that is not that old, like maybe a year, is still perfectly acceptably fine to use. I mean, do I recommend using it? No, you should update. But in the case of this, SeaMonkey is based on Firefox 52 as of right now, and that hasn't changed. It's out of date now, though, so whatever that means. It's the currently supported browser. It works perfectly fine for everything. If you hack around the user agent string, you get all the websites. Just perfectly fine. They come up no problem, except for the YouTube Studio. So once again, yeah, I think there is definitely some sabotage going on there. Okay, we've got a cat video. We got a bunch of server stuff. We've got low-end radio, studio things, at least one, two. I see two right off of the bat. Got a computer rebuild, there's another server, vintage computer, another server, clock radio, laptops, more server crap. Yeah, lots of server junk I've found. Sneak peek at an upcoming vintage computer feature, which I still haven't even got to yet. It's not fun. And yeah, so there's a lot of stuff going on here. There is nobody within sight on this particular broadcast. So I'm going to do something that I don't normally do. I'm going to post this link in a couple of places and just see if I can drum up some support for this, because the last one was kind of boring. And considering I have nothing to talk about, if nobody actually shows up, that's kind of going to be a boring live stream. Nobody's going to want to watch it, and I would like that not to be the case, so I'm going to try and drum up a little bit of support, assuming this is even going to work, which I kind of doubt. I think the battery is dead. Oh yeah, battery is stone dead. So, while that's going on, what else has been going on in here? Really just a lot of, I've done some bedroom stuff. I got a new rack, another one. Put that in, put the other rack in the closet with all the server stuff. Need to do an updated low-end radio studio tour. It's not finished, the studio. It probably won't be finished for a little bit yet. Excuse me. But it's getting there. Definitely getting there. You can kind of see it in the background. It's taken shape. It's really, really taken shape. And I'm liking the way that it turned out. I was going to go on a rant, actually, on this stream. I was thinking about it strongly, but then I decided, no, I'll save that for another video. And the reason why I'm doing that is because it's kind of controversial, and I'm sure it's going to get me in some hot water. It's not, like, political or anything like that, because there's enough of that nonsense on the internet already. I don't need to fill it up with that, and I'm not going to. It's the Storm's technology, cats, and more. But that more doesn't apply to, random things like that. Alright, this is not powering up. I'm really starting to get annoyed by these things. Deciding that they're not going to power up. It's plugged into the wall, for God's sakes. I mean, no, I don't understand. I don't understand any of that. It really doesn't make any sense to me. So, okay. I don't have a drink up here. Well, I do have a clearly Canadian. There'll be a taste test video of this coming up at some point as well. I think I've been out of the doing live streams thing for so long that nobody even bothers to come to them anymore. Which is kind of, actually, ironically enough, is the reason why I stopped doing them in the first place, is because nobody showed up. Like, I mean, what's the point of doing something live, no editing, no nothing, for like 2 hours, when nobody's going to be there, and nobody's going to watch the archive to its fullest anyway. So the only thing that people are going to do is they're going to watch the first 2 minutes of the archive. They're going to decide, oh, this is boring, I don't want to watch this, and then go away. And that really, really hurts the average view statistics. So that is definitely a thing. Otherwise, what is going on right now? I have Moretz, which is my primary file server. I gave names to all these things, so I'm going to call them by their names now, and I'll at least hopefully describe what they are. So Moret is on my bench right now. I just changed the motherboard and replaced all the dead hard drives in it. So that is going good. Still do want to swap out the SATA boot drive because I think it's kind of pointless to have a SATA boot drive in there. But we will see. I may do some further work on that tonight. Dumpster 2, that big, huge, remember that beige server? I'm going to replace that, hopefully this weekend. I did a memory upgrade on Variac, which is the low-end radio server. Memory upgrade, I'm going to change the hard drive in that. What else was I going to do? I think I'm going to try and install Rockstore on Vacuum, which is the downloaded YouTube video NAS, the little ASRock cube thing. I'm going to try and put Rockstore on that, see if it actually will work, because I don't have any need to use Open Media Vault on that. I'm going to try Rockstore out, see what happens. See if it works. Hopefully it does. Really hopeful that it does. What other work? I have one in there I had the power supply blow up in, although it's still running. So I'm going to have to check that out. I think it needs a hard drive swap as well. Toadstool, my DHCP server, needs to have a hard drive swap. Just a lot of hard drives that are going bad, because a lot of those are using old drives that have high numbers of hours, and that's why they're going bad. So it's not something I didn't anticipate happening. So, oh, here's a fun one that I'm going to try and not rant about. A lot of people, if you remember way back in like 3 years ago, I uploaded a video. This isn't plugged in, is it? Okay, good. No, it's not good. But I uploaded a video about an on-branded clock radio and called it a joke, because it was just a total joke. And people, complained and whined at me because somehow it's my fault that it was crap. I was expecting too much for You know, you should go out and buy one for $5 more. It'll be so much better. Well, I found another one. It's right here. I shot a video of it. Spoiler alert. It's not a very positive video. So yeah, I have another one. So that video will be coming back. Trying to think what else. I've been on this for 10 minutes and already I think I'm pretty much out of ideas for what to talk about. Yeah. So that was a thing. A couple of other videos that I've removed from public circulation in recent times. Let's see if I can actually go over here and get the list. These are all older videos, so I haven't gone through all of them yet. I've been very, very slowly going through the playlists, making playlists of all this stuff. And that will continue to progress very slowly. So, let's see. A couple of calculator videos, I may re-upload those. There's a microscope video in there. There's a ThinkPad T61 review video. What else is in here? There's a dehumidifier video. Probably won't re-upload that. But really, there was also a cooking bacon in the toaster oven video that apparently people didn't get the point of at all. So that is a thing. What else is in here? Hasn't been uploaded. Now there's the bacon in the toaster oven video. Surge protector video. There's stuff. See, what I do is when it's clear to me that people are just flocking to a video purely to dislike it and hate on it and send me, you know, fan mail about the video even though I've disabled the comments years ago, I take the video out of circulation because I don't have the time or the patience to sit here and weed through all of the random nonsense that people feel is somehow acceptable to post on comments and on my channel page and to send me emails about. Yeah, I don't care. The video was uploaded like 8 years ago. So, there's stuff that has changed in 8 years. But apparently people don't get this. This thing still isn't turning on. What is up? What is up with this junk? I don't get it. Okay, I'm gonna do this some other way. Sorry for the typing sounds. Yeah, I'm already out of things to talk about. So, oh yeah, other things that are coming up. New features. I have that's going to cause a crap avalanche if I don't do something about it. I have 2 camcorders that I've got. This is one of them. Unfortunately, neither of them works. This is the only one I've got left, and it's not going to be sticking around too much longer either. I got a couple of digital cameras, not the least of which is this piece of junk. It's not what I paid for it, but honestly, even for the 99 cents I did pay, actually no, sorry, this was $2. $1.99 for this. Even for the $1.99, this thing was a waste of money. Really shouldn't have bought it. So, I don't know, I might be stuck with it too. I don't know if they'll take it back. There's also this thing, which actually is surprisingly decent for what it is. And I have another one that I still have not made a video about, another digital camera, in the box, though it's not necessarily mint. And I think it actually might have some problems. You know what, I'm going to take it out of the box right now on this live stream just to give you something interesting. I'm not going to do a whole video about it or anything like that on this live stream. You'll get to see that later. But here it is. Probably not worth that much, but whatever. I exchanged a broken laptop for that. So, that's not filled in, is it? No, okay. It's a warranty card. And you get it's still in the bag, too. I mean, like, look at this. The software, the manuals. Is the software actually in the bag? I don't think the software is in the bag, but I think I have the software still in here. And this might cause some problems. think they got rid of the web interface. Okay, well, that changes that plan. That is filled out, so I will not be showing you that. Is this Future Shop? Holy crap. That looks like Future Shop. It is Future Shop. Nice. Alright, so that is going to be shown on video. And, yes, there's the software. So that, we have USB cable, and it's actually standard standard mini USB, which is amazing. And there is the video and audio. That's cool. A random piece of bubble wrap. There's the lanyard. Actually, sorry, that's the hand strap. And here is the camera itself, which is actually powered on. I don't think it's got batteries in it. At least I hope it doesn't. Takes regular SD cards. I'm gonna see if I have. I think this stupid Mustang thing has got some decent batteries in it. So I'm gonna just pull them out. I don't actually have any AA batteries on hand right now, so I'm just gonna go ahead and I'm going to power up the camera and make sure it works, because for all I know it doesn't. Actually, at another store that I went to first, they had another one, but the camera was missing. They wanted $10 for the box and the manuals. Are you joking? Like, okay, powering on. I think it's not working. Okay, here we go. That's upset about something. Lens error, restart camera. Yeah, I think it's fucked. Alright, oops. That's that word. Demonetized. Yeah, I think there's something wrong with it. Well, that's a shame. Oh well. So, not surprising, that's going to be going back now too. The reason why I bought it, actually, is because I wanted to replace my Pentax camera, which is also 8 megapixels. So this would have been perfect for that, but if it doesn't work, what's the point, right? Won't zoom or anything. Interesting. I wonder if there's a way to get it to reset the lens. There probably is. I'm not going to waste too much more time with that, though. So I'll look into that. If I do actually manage to get it to work, there'll be a video. If I don't, then there won't. So, because it doesn't work at all. I may make a video about it anyway, just because there's some cool stuff in here. Like, especially this Future Shop. I don't know what this is. Looks like some kind of warranty thing. Yeah, performance guarantee. No lemon guarantee. I wonder if I could go into... Well, I can't anymore. Future Shop's out of business. But I wonder if I could walk into a Best Buy with this and see... Is there a date on this anywhere? I gotta figure that out. I don't think there is. So that's kind of unfortunate. There's no receipt or anything. And there's no date of purchase on this piece of paper or anything like that. When was the camera manufactured? No, that's not going to be easy to figure out. And then I almost forgot to pull the batteries out of it. Nice. Let's do that. Pull these batteries. Put the camera away. Aha! We got people here. So, yeah. Floor is open. You got questions. Ask them, because I am fast running out of things to say, and it's only been 20 minutes. So, I mean, that wouldn't be any great loss to anybody. People always love to get on my case about making long videos, but it's funny, these same people are the ones that get on my case for editing the crap out of videos and making them short, so I don't really know what to do. I take the route of I can't please everybody, which is definitely true. I mean, how many people are on YouTube right now? Which actually brings me to my next little topic, and this whole COPPA nonsense that is going on. I haven't changed my opinion about it one bit, but I'm not even going to get into that. because there's been other shenanigans that, other rumors that have been posted. I'm not going to vouch for their validity or their invalidity, such as the case may be, but needless to say, I've got my own opinions about it. But there's a rumor going around that they're going to be removing channels that supposedly don't comply with regulations or whatever. Honestly, I think it's just a ploy to remove channels that are either not uploading videos or, uploading videos that YouTube or Google doesn't think are worthy of being uploaded. There was another thing that was going around that apparently people are uploading, terabytes worth of videos to YouTube and not making them public. They're all private and unlisted, using it as a storage, free unlimited storage pretty much. And yeah, I can kind of see wanting to remove that. It's understandable. But there are better ways to do that than to use the guise of enforcing legislation that's been around for 21 years. Frankly, the optics of that are just really poor. And they still are. They still will be. Breaking subject here for just a second. I do have one more thing that needs a video. That's this right here. And that will be getting one. It says, "Welcome to live chat." Funny, I was already there. Anyway. Gross. Is there anything else that I've got recently that needs a video? Oh, yeah. Almost forgot the big one. Another laptop. I actually have one of these already. It's a much higher end version. The HP DV8000 that I got from Ross for free. This is a DV5000. But the difference between this one and the other one is that the other one's AMD based and this one's got Intel. I mean, it's not much better. It's Core Duo, for crying out loud. It's not even Core 2 Duo. It really sucks. So it's probably going to be just as limited as the other one. But it works. So I've already tested it. There's nothing wrong with it. So, another free laptop to experiment with. Okay, it wasn't free. I paid $10 for it. But I think that was worth the cost, especially if it has like 1.5 gigabytes of memory in it, or at least it had 1.5 gigabytes of memory in it. I think this module's dead, because with this in place, it behaves very strangely. It will not post, and you get weird lines all over the screen. I thought the GPU was bad at first, like what seems to happen to a lot of those things, and maybe it is. And having that memory module in there exacerbated the problem, I don't know. But that was the thing. Yeah. So where was I about that whole nonsense? But, oh yeah, I was going to say, yeah, if they do decide to delete my channel, it was nice knowing y'all. I'm not coming back. I've made that decision. It's really, to start all over again, okay, I'll probably change my mind if it actually does happen, but at this particular juncture, my school of thinking is that there's too many cooks in the kitchen on YouTube. That is why nobody gets views anymore, at least amongst the new channels. All of the views, all of the viewers, and the algorithms are catered to the people who have been on YouTube for a while and are uploading content, like, professionally produced television-style content. That kind of stuff, the clickbaity stuff that you see on the front page all the time, that's the kind of stuff that the algorithms are catered for. Not Joe Blow sitting in a green room talking in front of a camera for 24 minutes and 6 seconds. Really, it's not catered for that. There is a fly buzzing around in here, and it is driving me nuts. But of course, every time I go to look at it, it disappears. Doesn't that figure? I don't even know where my fly swatter is. So, alright. That is the thing. That is the deal. So if I disappear, don't expect to see videos again from me. Means I can get rid of my stash of cameras. Probably would fetch me a fair decent amount of money. Okay, I probably wouldn't actually do that, but at least right now that's my school of thinking. Has this thing powered itself on yet? No. It's been sitting the entire time on this screen. It's not that dead. I think that the iPhone is a much better experience than Asteroid. I'm not even going to get into the optics and the histrionics or anything about that, because it's not the point, and I'm going to get flamed to hell for even daring to mention that, for even daring to say asteroid on a stream. But that is the one thing about it that I don't like, is it sits there and it, in fact, actually both platforms are like this. They sit there and they have these artificial thresholds for which they'll do things. Like if you go to the camera application on an Android phone and you've got 15% battery, even if you're plugged into the wall, like I am right now, it'll say, nope, can't let you use the camera. What? I am plugged into the wall. It is charging. That would be like if a random, I don't know, do I have one handy? Like this thing right here, this, okay, this probably isn't a very good example, but this, if this were a regular camcorder, and I had it plugged into the wall, and just because the internal battery was at 15%, it wouldn't let me use it, that's exactly the same thing. Do you know how dumb that sounds? I'm sorry. Completely stupid. Longevity of the battery notwithstanding, I don't care about that. Batteries don't last long anyway. I mean, look at how often people are complaining about that their phone used to last them a day, and now it doesn't even last them 5 hours. You know? It's... batteries are not improving. That is not a solution to the problem, though. Alright? So, anyway. What else needed to be talked about? That I was going to talk about. Other than people posing questions, which I'm still welcome to. I want to post this so that more of the regular crowd can actually see it, but I can't access any of that stuff. So, whatever, I suppose. I think the power management system can't handle charging and relative high power consumption at the same time. Okay, that's a fair point. But in the case of what this is doing right now, I don't know if it really applies, because, you know, it won't turn on because it's below some artificial threshold. So I don't buy that for that. I mean, for the cameras, sure, maybe, but I mean, at the same time, wasn't USB 3.0 supposed to solve all these power delivery problems? USB Type-C, wasn't that supposed to solve this issue? Okay, this isn't USB Type-C. I don't have anything that's Type-C, and honestly, I don't envision myself getting anything that's Type-C, because I think that Type-C is a load of hooey. But forget all of that. I thought it was supposed to solve that problem. Doesn't seem to have done a whole lot towards that. Just introducing yet another connector that is completely different from every other connector. Although again, to be completely fair, I think that the Type-C connector is infinitely better than micro USB 2.0 especially. Micro USB is so stupid, but I'm not going to get on that rant. VHS videos are your favorite. Cool. Genuine trouble with sustained load. Again, I don't buy that, really, honestly. In this day and age with these, you know, couple $100 phones that, you know, frankly, DC to DC converter boards were solved in the 90s. So, if you can run a laptop, you can probably run a phone. That's my whole thing about it. Maybe I'm completely out in left field. I'm not an engineer, so whatever. That's just Joe Blow's interpretation of how things are going on. Other things that are going on that are somewhat important, but maybe not important, I don't know. I've got my floppy disk collection inside now, so at least I can do... Oh, I'm not even going to talk about it. I said a couple $100, right? That's a cheap phone. I'm not even going to talk about that. That is a whole other thing. Oh yeah, I bought some CDRWs for 99 cents as I try to trip over a tripod. It doesn't have 99 cents on the price, but I'm a good sweet talker, so yeah, I've done some work for this particular thrift store in the past, so they marked the price down on this. 5 sealed CDRWs. What are these? 650 megabytes. 5 sealed. Brand new. Seriously. Brand new. For 99 cents. Can't beat that. I'll probably never use them. But they are there if I want to. In fact, you know, same deal. What did I pay? I paid $3 for this. Sealed pack of 50 1.44 megabyte floppies. I haven't used a single one of them. So, will I use the CDRWs? Probably not. but they're there, 99 cents. You can't resist that kind of stuff. What else was I going to talk about? Oh, something lovely that I noticed. Is it this one? No, it's not that one. Where did it go? I had a hard drive sitting out. Here it is. I picked this up, not at a thrift store or anything, but it was in a machine that I had picked up for free. CDRWs, they're rewritables. I happen to prefer the rewritables because you can reuse them. This, what is this? 80 gigabytes. Would have been a great drive, except there's one slight problem that I didn't notice. It's going to be kind of hard to plug something into that. So I don't know if I can straighten those pins out or what, because some of them are touching. I'm sure that's not good for it. Hopefully it wasn't powered on when that happened. I might just try my hand at straightening the pins to see if it still works. So there might be a video of that in the near future, just because I think that would be cool. Who knows, if it blows up in my face, it'll make great YouTube too. So let's see, what else in here needs a video? Oh yes, as I then again try and bust it. Check it out. CD Mavica. Does it actually still have the disc in it? It came to me with a disc. No, the disc is not in it. But, it's 9 o'clock now. This atomic clock is such a piece of junk. Okay, I'm going to get it off of here, and I'm going to show you this, because this is just bloody brilliant. So, this thing is supposed to synchronize itself with WWVB, and I have the radio on, but yet this is what it thinks today is in the time. It's supposed to synchronize itself, I think it's at 3 o'clock every morning. It turns the radio on and tries to pick up WWVB. And it usually works, but for whatever reason now it's not. So I guess I'm going to have to set it. Yes, that's irritating. I thought that was the whole point of getting an atomic clock, was so that you didn't have to set the stupid thing all the time. So now I'm setting a clock on a live stream. Isn't that great? Alright, it's 9:02. It's definitely not 2003 anymore. I wish it was, but it's not. It is 2019. Yeah, actually, honestly, I wish I could go back in time sometimes. See, that's my big issue, is that hindsight is 20/20, and it bugs me. It just bugs me. And that was the other thing that I was going to talk about with this whole COPPA nonsense, because it was brought up in the comments on that video. What kid has not gone online and lied about their age? Think about that for a second. I've done it. Not going to lie at all. There's no point in lying, because you don't gain anything. Well, that's not true. Here I am talking about lying about your age on the internet, and then I just say you can't gain anything from lying? Wow. Anyway, I think you get my point. My point is that these are things that happen. Whether you try to enforce the legislation or not, you're still going to have the people who are going to lie about their age on the... You can't pass legislation to prevent people from lying. Look at what's going on in governments today. Look at what's going on with scandals. Look at all this stuff. Look at the news for 5 minutes, and you'll find a story about somebody lying about something. Laws can't fix that. Enforcement of laws can, but laws will not be able to fix that. And I'm going to make the argument that even if you enforce the laws, you're still not going to fix the problem, because there'll always be that one guy who is, the daredevil, the jackass, if you will, who always has to break the rules. Bend the rules. See how far you can bend the rules until they break. There's always that guy. So, I don't know. I don't know how best I can put my position out there on that one. Alright, so other projects that are ongoing. Malware testing. That is a thing. I said it was going to be a thing on this channel a long time ago, a couple of years ago. Never really became a thing. But I'm thinking about going through all those videos now and sprucing them up and uploading them for all of you to watch. And hopefully, everything everything works out. People actually like those videos. So far, the one that I did upload, I mean, I didn't get any hate mail over it, so I guess that's positive. Um, Usually I can tell if people are not going to like a video because my inbox will be filled with, useless comments telling me how much my video making skills suck, um, which I'm not going to deny or confirm. Um, I don't own a couple $1 million video making set, but I don't want a couple $1 million video making set because these are not supposed to be professionally produced videos for television. That's not my point. My point is this is Joe Blow with a camera over here showing you what he's doing with his computer tower and turning something that's sitting around doing nothing into something that's doing something. That's what a lot of my projects are. Is this crap is sitting here in a forlorn corner doing nothing, so I'm going to give it something to do. Live stream with an old VHS camcorder. There might be a way. I've got a project coming up using I don't think I've even uploaded a video about it before, but a Dell Precision 360 that I've got sitting in I think it's sitting in the closet. It might be sitting outside, but it's sitting around here somewhere. And my plan is to use that as a video capture PC because I've got capture cards sitting around that would work beautifully for this. So we might have to see about that here at some point. I'm not above doing that. How I would do it, I don't know. But I'm not above doing it. What else? Oh, yeah. I don't know if I mentioned this little thing. This was another trash find. I'm not sure why they threw this away because there's nothing wrong with it. I mean, I don't have any of the manuals. I don't have any of the little attachments. I don't have the non-waterproof backing for this case. But I don't care. I have the waterproof one. What more do you want? If I don't want the waterproof case, I could take it out of the case. Anyway, as far as cameras go, it's a piece of junk. But then again, I am of the opinion that the GoPro is a piece of junk. So it's no worse than a GoPro. It's a cheap knockoff GoPro. That's what it is. So really, it'll be great for thunderstorm videos. You put it outside on the deck or something. It's waterproof. No problem there. Also, put it on the dash of a car when driving. Catch all the morons driving out on the road. Like the one time I actually do drive. I hate driving. It drives me nuts. Funny. Anyway, 37 minutes of this junk. You're all still watching this. Why are you all still watching this anyway? Maybe that drives people away too. It's when I complain about people watching my stuff. Yeah, I'm going to have another rant video coming up in the future. Complaining about complaining is pretty much what the subject is going to be. I was going to do it on the stream, but then I realized, okay, it's probably going to be a little controversial, so I'm going to save that for a separate video. Probably going to offend somebody. Do I care? No. I can't please everybody. So, what else in here needs a video? I'm trying to think. I don't think I ever actually made a video with this Galaxy S6. Of the Galaxy S6. I'm not going to, probably, though, because I don't think I'm going to have it for too much longer because it's a piece of junk. Really, it is. It's like every other Android phone I've had. It's just not good. Despite their best efforts to make it good, it's not good. What else is interesting? I said, taste test video, clearly Canadian, should be coming at some point. When I can actually be bothered to edit the footage out of the live stream that it was recorded on. I gotta figure out which one it is now, because I forget. But there will be one. Bookmark my words. There will be a taste test video for that. There's a couple other taste test videos. I have a cooking video coming up. Not a very good one again, but it's there if you want to watch it. Sure. People want cooking videos. People want vacuum videos. People want fan videos. People want this. People want that. It's a variety channel. I'm not going to be able to do with all of this. So I just do things as they come along. What I'm working on trends very closely with what I'm working on in real life. And it just so happens computers right now, that's the thing. So, there you go. That's the justification for that. There's no YouTube anymore. I miss the old YouTube. Yeah, I do too. Unfortunately, I don't think there's really any... And no amount of petitioning, no amount of anything is going to bring it back. I mean, they tried to do that. Look at Zipcast. Look what happened to that. Random lockups. That's one thing I don't have a problem with on this. It is kind of slow, but it doesn't just outright freeze, which is great because that drives me up a wall. Where is it? It's around here somewhere. My last Android phone that I had before I got the iPhone 3GS, the Ace 2, is right here. I used to do that all the time. You go to send a text message and you gotta wait for 10 minutes because it's frozen doing some other nonsense in the background. Really? It's a phone. What does it need to be doing in the background? If I've got applications open, yeah, maybe, sure, but even when you close all of them, it still does this stupid crap. You know? Like, I don't understand. It should be for making phone calls and sending text messages. Everything else is a bonus. You know? At least that's my opinion. Evidently, it's not an opinion that I share with the world, so... It's also the reason why I won't have a Facebook account. Why I don't have one and will not make one, so don't even ask. Because I want nothing to do with the website, because it doesn't, I don't agree with it, with its values. It's a great idea, but it's so toxic and so just, ugh. I want nothing to do with it. So, I don't. That's how I choose to get away from it. This really only applies to my Canadian viewers. What I'm about to say here. But if you ever go to Sobeys, buy fizzy water. That stuff that comes in the bottle, the fizzy water. Actually, what do they call it? I think they just call it fizzy, but it's carbonated water. That is the shit. But like, I'm going to say right now and probably offend somebody by saying it's better than Clearly Canadian, and by that I mean it's not as sugary. In fact, I think there's basically no sugar in it at all. It's just natural flavors and carbonation and water. So, really kind of refreshing. But, I mean, it's not going to stop me from buying Clearly Canadian, because this stuff is awesome, too. But fizzy water is great. It's not overly carbonated. It's just fizzy water. I don't know how best else I could describe that. I have the raspberry stuff. I think there's raspberry, there's peach, there's lime something or another, and... oh wow, it finally turned itself on. Lime something or another, and strawberry watermelon. Honestly, the only ones that appeal to me personally are the raspberry and the peach. Strawberry watermelon sounds disgusting, but maybe that's just me. I think I gave myself a rug burn on my elbow. I don't know how that happened. But yeah, no, this thing finally turned itself on. Go figure, huh? And it doesn't even have what I want on it. Oh my god. What a waste of time. Why live stream on YouTube? Well, because I'm talking. It's not a music stream, so that's why. I figure if I do it there, if I do it here, well, it actually doesn't really matter. Nobody's going to watch it anyway. But if I do it here, it creates an archive very easily that I could just publish as a video, rather than having to get it off the computer over there, put it on here, do some weird mumbo-jumbo with the formats because they don't match. My video editing program chokes on it. Don't know why. It's MPEG-4 video. It's not like that hasn't been around for 300 years. And that's that. Really, there's no justification for it other than the fact that it's easier to do that than it is to power all this stuff on as well, so... Alright, let me see if I can convince this thing to do what I want it to do. Probably not. Nope, I'm gonna have to enter in an Apple ID verification, so I will not be able to do that. So forget it. I'm not going to. It'd be so much easier if they still had, and maybe they do. Okay, here we go. Unsupported browser. I had a conversation about this earlier. This is the latest release, guys. So, no. In fact, you know what? I'm going to fix that right now. Let's grab the user agent string. and let's modify it. I am going to do this live. You know, who did that? F it, we'll do it live. We have to look it up now. Who did it? Who did it? Crap. Jimmy something? I don't know. Billy O'Reilly. The O'Reilly factor. There we go. That's what I was getting at. That is the O'Reilly factor. User agent. Okay. I'm going to have to make a new one. No. General user agent override. Paste this in. And I don't know, let's make it Firefox 70. How does that sound? I don't think they've even released Firefox 70 yet. But we'll try it. Give me your browser not supported bullcrap now. Okay, well, apparently it hasn't been released. So we'll go a little bit more conservative. Okay? How about 65? That should be a thing. I think 65.0.2 is installed on at least one machine here. Is this a joke? Are you kidding me? It's still not working. Well, so much for that idea. Okay, well I have other plans. I can figure this out. It's one reason why I've got two browsers. Specifically for stuff like this. Watch it tell me this browser is unsupported too. And it's not. So let's see. Do I remember all of the details? I'm going to mute the stream here for a second so you cannot hear my password. Alright, there we go. I actually managed to get in. But now it wants me to verify. Sure. Now I gotta come all the way over here. Go all the way to... I gotta mute the microphone again because I gotta log into this stupid thing. Okay, here's another gripe about Android. Honestly, is that on the YouTube app for the iPhone, I can, when you mute the microphone, it pops up a little message that says muted. You can tap on that muted message and it will unmute the microphone. On the Android version of the app, it doesn't do that. You have to go to the three-dot thing down there and select unmute microphone. So Google is giving Google Android manufacturers, users, an inferior experience. Why? Does that make any sense? It doesn't make any sense to me. So let's see. Let's see if I can post this. It's already 9:18. Wow. I understand that. I understand that too. So let's just do this. Go ahead, we'll take our little link over here and we'll post it for all the folks to see. And hope that's actually the watch link. Yes, it is. Good. Awesome. Oh yeah, about the picture, the thumbnail. The cat was sitting in the bed, laying on the bed nicely. And I decided when I was going to start this that I was going to take a picture of the cat sitting in the bed. Seems reasonable, right? Well, right when I go to take the picture, what does the cat do? He gets up and leaves. It's almost like he knew. He knew that I was about to do that. It's like, no, sit still. I want to take a picture of you. So that was the best that I could do. I think that was after about 10 tries. He kept moving every time it would take the picture. It's like, sit still for 5 seconds, please. Anyway, so there's your justification for all of that nonsense. And if you're just tuning in, it's open floor. Ask me anything you want as long as it's constructive and reasonable. Um, yeah, I'm a pretty reasonable person, but I have limits. So, let's see. What is going on now further that needs to happen? I don't know. There's one awesome thing that happened. I bought a bunch of these Bella. What are these? Storage solution. I think there's 60 liters. Let me go check on that. I think there's 60 liters. They might be. Oh, actually, they're almost 70 liters. 18 gallons. So, 68.1 liters. 18-gallon buckets. Because I've been putting loose things in those. It really helps to organize things. So, I mean, it doesn't really look like it, but the floor is a lot less of a disaster than it would otherwise have been if I didn't have those. I started with ones from Costco. Those ones were awesome. I loved those things. They were a little smaller, but I think they were like maybe 50 liters or so. But I loved them. And then Costco got rid of them when I went to go get more. No, it actually says 18 gallons on it. Here, I'll even prove that to you. I'll grab one right now, because I was going to grab this one anyway. It legitimately says 18 gallons. Let's see if I can get it close enough. There's this chair in the way. This could be interesting. $18-gallon. It might actually be Canadian gallons, which I think are smaller than US gallons. But I don't know if you actually can see that right there. Apparently, these things are not actually very resilient. This is on the bottom of a stack. I have my camcorders sitting out on cameras in one bin, and tripods and power supplies and whatever else in the other one. And apparently, that is enough to break the lids on these things. Oops. So that was brand new and has nothing in it. And, yeah. 68 liters. 68.1. With a snap lid. And the other thing about it, too, is the snap lid is completely useless. It doesn't actually snap at all. So, I mean, I bought them because the problem with the other ones, which have the little flaps that go on the sides, is they don't fit in that closet very well. They make the closet door bend outwards, and I'm pretty sure that's not good for it. So, yeah. I mean, I'm still... Do I think you should buy them? Think you should not buy them just based on that? No, they're great. But, I mean, you get what you pay for. They're $10 each. So, the molding's not very good, and apparently they're also not very resilient. So, that's a shame. Oh well, I guess. There's not much I can do about it now. Other things. Oh yeah, I almost forgot about this. I think Wilkes85 made his video. I'm going to go check and make sure. Find out about that. I think he made a video of it when it showed up. Little cubic clock from China that cost me nothing at all because I had a coupon, so it wiped out all the cost. Excellent. I actually saw one of these in a thrift store recently. I think it was the same over. I mean, it was the same design, probably from the same seller, and they wanted $4 for the thing. You could buy them even without a coupon. You could buy them for like $2 shipped from China. Why would you go to a thrift store and buy a used one for $4.99? Doesn't make any sense. So, just more proof, I guess. Is this ever going to frickin' load? Okay, I think it's because I changed the user agent string, so now YouTube is broken. Oh my gosh. Alright, so I better fix that. Which is going to void the warranty. Yeah, that is not even close to highway robbery when you consider that there's another store I went to. They had a cassette deck, a single deck. I don't remember what the brand was. It was some cheap thing. Might have even been piano control cheap. I didn't take too close of a look at it. It might have been Sears. And not LXI either, just Sears. Maybe not. It was silver. It might still be there if it's there on Monday, because that camcorder came from there. I'm going to take that camcorder back. I might check and take a picture of it. But they wanted $50 for this damn thing. Stop and I'll let that sink in. $50 for a single well piano control cassette deck with no special features or anything. It's not even Sony. I mean, like, if it was Sony, whatever. But it wasn't a Sony. Oh, yeah, and they had an HP, some media center Junko thing from 2005. $70. $70 for a Junko media center thing. Probably wasn't even good. I don't know what the specs were. I didn't take too close of a look at it. But let's see if we can get Wilkes85's channel to actually come up here. It used to be that you could get a cassette deck for $3.99. Okay, well, evidently he did not upload a video of it because I don't see it. That's a shame. I thought he was going to do so. But anyway, yeah, and speaking of Wilkes85, yeah, this thing is going to be getting a video soon. I completely forgot about it. So, I've had it now for what? Since May, maybe even April. It's been a couple of months, more than a couple of months, several months now. And so yeah, it's going to have a video. I thought you made a video of this when you got it. So if you did, it's disappeared because I can't find it. I see a circle of sounds, which is something I'd love to have. I found a clock radio that looked very, very similar to a Zenith Circle of Sound. But on closer inspection, I saw that the brand name was York's. Not quite the same. So I passed up on that one. Oh well. We came close. We came close. You gave it away without making a video? What's wrong with you? Okay, I kid, mostly. That's not nearly as bad as that JVC camcorder that you should have sent to me. I've been doing some work on some stuff here in the low-end radio studio. Like I said, I'm going to probably upload a video at some point. I think I've got enough videos now to last me to the new year, which is going to be interesting because the outro says copyright 2019. So I'm going to have to probably fix that. Fortunately, I think that can be redone. That's not too bad. But these things, I'd normally say don't buy these because to me they seem like snake oil, these cleaning discs. I've never had one work for me, but I think it may have actually helped somewhat. I have a Sony CDP C235 in the low-end radio studio, and it was skipping all over the place and having trouble with brand new discs and really just giving me grief. And I ran that through it and used it one night, and it seemed to work fine. So is it going to continue to work? I don't know. But I also use it on a, Pioneer PDM6 that was having trouble. With reading discs, loading discs. It would give up loading them. You push play, it sits there and spins the disc for a few seconds and then spits it back out again. You push play again and it works perfectly fine. So I went ahead and put this through it, and it didn't do that again. So maybe it actually worked for something for once. I have another cleaning disc somewhere that has a little bit slightly different design, and maybe that was why it wasn't working, is because it was a poor design. It was a cheap off-brand thing. That's a Memorex. Normally I associate Memorex with cheap crap, but I don't know, maybe that's actually decent. And I see more conversation and more chatting going on about the whole COPPA and blah blah blah. I think the FCC has nothing to do with it. I think it's just some attorney somewhere and some lawyer somewhere thought that it would be a good idea, so now they're forcing it on everybody. What did the notice say? The notice is still present. It probably does say something about the FCC. Blah blah blah. Let's see. I'm getting back onto this thing here. Federal Trade Commission, so not the FCC, the FTC. Yes, the New York State Attorney General. Was I right about that or what? So I bet it actually had nothing to do with the FTC. It actually had everything to do with this one random Attorney General that's decided to foist their ideas on everybody as if it's somehow correct. Watch me get booted off of YouTube for daring to make that comment. Whatever. You know what? I don't even care anymore. It's not fun. It's so complicated now. There was a video I was watching recently that was uploaded by somebody about Halloween and how complicated Halloween has got with all these rules and things, and all these soccer moms driving their kids across down the street. Why? It used to be so simple. You walk up to the door, you ring the doorbell, you say trick or treat, you get some candy. Honestly, if you just stand there, if you get to my door, you get candy, right? That's how I'm going to put it. That's how he put it. That's sort of like a paraphrased quote there. If you can get to my door, you can get some candy. All right? I don't care if you got manners. I don't care if you say trick or treat. I don't care if you say boo. You get candy if you're present and you have your little thing held out in front of you. All right? In fact, even when I was a kid, we didn't have these stupid plastic pumpkin bullshit things. We had pillowcases. We used pillowcases. And it worked. Anyway. Yeah. So that's my whole deal. And again, the whole thing applies to that, you know what? This law that has existed for 21 years is not going to stop these kids from lying about their age. It's not going to stop random people from using YouTube as a babysitter, as was put in the comments. It's not going to stop any of this stuff. I mean, I had a plastic pumpkin. I see we're all this talk. I did have a plastic pumpkin, but I didn't use it. I used pillowcases. Because you could get more candy out of the pillowcase, I mean, it didn't really ever work out that way, but it seemed like you got more candy when you had the pillowcase. We had a lot of houses, so, yeah. It was really tiring after a while. Speaking of tiring, I really probably should have got myself a glass of soda or something before starting this, because my lips are flapping way too much. I am thirsty as hell. So you're going to get to enjoy the scenery behind me while I go get myself a drink. So I will be right back. Unfortunately, I have no magic of video editing to edit this out for me. While I'm at it, I am back. Doesn't take too long to do that. Here's a cat for all of you. Since people like to see more cat videos, there you go. There is your cat. Alright. So now I gotta make sure you can get out of here. And all of that. Go on. Don't just look at me. You want it out. He does this all the time. He just stares at me. I thought you wanted out. Move. Hey. Are you awake over there? What's going on? What's going on? You not want to leave? Hey. There you go. Alright. Cool. Wasting my video time. Anyway. So, where was I? A boneless cat? What are you talking about? I think there's some context that I'm missing. Um, I contemplated, and I might do it anyway, for all of the fans that are subscribed to this channel, making a fan, wrap up of fan season 2019. Fan season, whatever that means. I still use the fans even now. I have the one that I put in the window, which I probably shouldn't do because considering it's below freezing outside. But I still do anyway because it's bloody hot in here. So that's the one way to deal with that little problem. If it gets too cold, I don't leave it open. So that's certainly a thing. Other things that I have contemplated, but that are way, way out in the future. Back in 2012, I participated in this thing called Video Every Day in April, which was some stupid little thing that I guess is really meant for doing nothing more than to increase your video count. Making a video log every single day. But I am giving some thought about doing that again, just because. So let me know what you think about that. Some longtime people on this channel might remember Smashing Stuff. That might be coming back. I have a season recorded. I have to go through the footage and see if any of it's actually worth keeping. But I do have some of that, so that might be coming back. Going back to the old days here. Other than that, is there anything particularly new? Not really. Going on, just the same old. I have a Bettman, actually I'm using it as a tripod right now. I have a Bettman industrial multimeter that I'm going to be fixing. Some heathen cut the stupid, I shouldn't call it stupid, but they cut the 9-volt battery holder out of it, so I'm going to have to put a new one in. I have a new one, and I've had it for weeks. I've just been way too lazy to actually put it into place. So I'm going to have to do that. I have to find my wire stripper first. I don't even know where it is. I may not even do that. I may just go get the soldering iron and desolder the existing cabling and then resolder the new one. Again, but I'm probably not going to show the soldering on video, even though I'm sure a lot of people would love to see that. Because my soldering is awful. And I'm way out of the practice. It's probably been... Okay, that's not true. I did do some this past summer, but at work. But before then, I don't think I'd done any soldering since 2011. So, yeah, it'd been a while. 8 years. And I didn't think I did too badly for that, but it was still not really good. Cold joints all over the place. So, yeah. I'll have to get back into the practice on that. Where did this come from? Oh, this is the hand strap from that Canon camera. Okay. Which will be getting a video. Show some awful soldering. That would really get people riled up. As does solder versus solder. My favorite thing about that, favorite thing for that is the clip from the Red Green show. Hep hep, I'm covered in solder. See? Nobody comes. Oh, that's great. Anyway, yeah. Regional differences in pronunciations of things. It's like when you put the U in favorite. Apparently that makes some people get so upset. Why? You can't do anything on the internet without offending somebody, apparently. So, why even try, right? Should buy one of those clock kits. Yeah, we'll see when my finances permit. Not looking real good for that right now. And I'm not even going to say anything further than that, because then I'll get, a million questions about it, and I don't feel like answering a million questions about it. So, yeah, I have to replace my bed frame. It's completely screwed. Every day this week, I have woken up with sore legs, a sore back, and a sore neck, and I have flipped that mattress I don't know how many times. It does nothing, so I'm going to have to get rid of the bed frame. And that's not going to be cheap. So... Anyway, what else needs to be done? What else needs videos? There's a lot of things that probably need videos. Off the top of my head, I think I've mentioned them all, really. There's an IBM, I think it's a NetVista of some kind, but it's not really labeled that well. I can't actually figure out what it is. That'll have a video. I've got my Pentium machine. That's going to have a video, at least one. I've recorded one. It'll probably have a few more before the weekend is done. There's another 486 outside that's going to be getting a video. Might revisit the 286, make a video about that. Other than that, I don't think there's a whole lot else that is really needs to be mentioned. I mean, I've got this laptop here. Throwing things in the pool, that's difficult to do when the pool is frozen over. Although I might, what I might actually end up doing is going back to the whole taking random things like pop cans and apples and muffins and whatever other random crap and taking it out to the backyard and smashing it with a baseball bat. Throwing things at the pool. Well, I don't want to break the pool, you know? That's not cheap. What else is worth mentioning? I'd like to get this running. This is a little Axis 210 network security camera. I think it's broken, honestly, and that is not even what tells me that it's broken, but I tried applying 6 volts to it, which is less than the 7 to 20 volts DC that it takes, and it still didn't work. So I'm probably going to have, what I'm going to end up probably doing is finding an adapter that goes from that, chopping the end off of it, and then like hooking it up to a 9-volt battery or something just to see if it'll work. Because I'm very interested in seeing if this will actually do if it will actually work, because then I could put it somewhere in here and use it to spy on whoever keeps coming in here and rearranging my stuff every time I leave. Because I swear, every time I come in here, something that I want is always not where I put it. Screwdrivers, other things. It's mostly screwdrivers and CDs that end up disappearing. Screws. They always end up disappearing. I don't know where they end up going. So maybe this will actually help with that. The problem with the universal wall wart is that it won't fit. I have one of them. It's too big for this little barrel connector on the back. And somebody's probably going to point out these green things and say, well, why don't you hook something up to those? I looked at the manual. I got the manual for this. And that is not an output. Or sorry, it's not an input. Those are outputs. So can't use those for inputs, which sucks because I thought you could. Oh well, I guess. But we'll see if anything comes of that. I do have the stand. The stand is on the floor right here. So I've got the stand. So that's not too bad. There are apps for webcams that will record motion when detected. Yes, I used to use that, but the problem is that none of my webcams are actually any good at all. And I'd rather have if I have this dedicated device for it, I mean, again, it's sitting around doing nothing, so I might as well give it something to do. So there it is. But I'm convinced it probably doesn't work, which is why it was in the scrap pile. But we'll see. If it does work, there may be a video about that. If it doesn't, whatever. No big loss. You can just go out in my big pile of junk that's sitting outside that I really need to get rid of. It's the pile of crap that I need to just junk and scrap is taller than I am right now, so it's pretty bad. It was bad before, and then I took a whole bunch of stuff away, and now it's still bad, so. But it's stuff that I'm not selling on YouTube, so don't ask. Anyway. What else is worth mentioning? It's 9:45. This has been going for about an hour and 15 minutes now. And I think I am running out of things to say and do. So if there are any further questions that are worth asking, let me know. Otherwise, I think that's going to do it because I can't envision anything else. But maybe the one other thing that I might do. See, I'm not crazy about selling things on YouTube for the reason of privacy. I don't really like the idea of giving some random person my address on YouTube. But again, some of you, I don't want. I'm not even gonna spill those beans. But my AIM account, AOL stuff used to have my address on it. Um, yeah, so you're not gonna figure out what that is. I'm not gonna give that to you because you can look that up and go finding out all kinds of interesting things about me. So, but anyway, yeah, this laptop here has a broken keyboard, so I might order a keyboard for this and replace it, and that'll be a video. Um, is there anything else? Anything else I can think of that will make a video? That's sitting in here right now. Not really. P.O. Box is something I thought about, but I also don't want to have to maintain the P.O. Box. And I also don't want... this is gonna make me sound like an antisocial prick, but I don't want random people sending me random things. And especially not under the notion that I'm going to fix it and send it back to them. Because shipping is not cheap. So... I don't know. I mean, it's a cool idea, but at the same time, I've thrown about the idea of signing up for a Patreon account and see now that's a cool idea. But the more I think of that, the more I think, this really isn't something I want to get into, Exclusive content? Why? I don't want that crap. Anyway, I think I asked that in the last one and said, if you think I should sign up for one, let me know, but I probably won't end up doing it anyway. Just because I don't like the idea. It's just yet another thing to keep up with that I probably won't be able to keep up with because I have a hard time keeping up with YouTube as it is and all the other various things. And I don't know if you can see that on the broadcast or not, but there's this nice little line right about here of dots. That is I don't know if it's the one in front of me or if it's the one behind me, but one of those two LED strips, that's what's causing it. If you can actually see it or not. It might just be a reflection in the front of the screen. But, no, actually, I'm looking at the broadcast right now. It's on the broadcast, so, alright, could have just done that. Would have saved me a lot of making myself look like an idiot. Do a lot of that on videos. Try to edit most of it out. What else is worth talking about? One thing that I thought might be interesting to do at some point is going through my CDs and my cassettes and just making a video saying, these are the albums and singles and whatever that I have. Here you go. I thought about that. I don't know how many people would watch that. But, maybe that's an idea. Dimension 68,000 case badges. Nice. What was I going to do? Oh, yeah, this is unfortunate. Something that happened. So this watch is probably going to go in the trash now because I don't know if you actually can even get the wristband off of this thing. To be brutally honest about it, because usually there's a screw in the side and there are no screws in the side of this, so much for that. I don't even really wear watches anymore. I have this thing. I found this in the trash as well. Goodness only knows if it's actually decent or anything worth keeping. Looks like some kind of a prototype smartwatch or some other nonsense. Really not sure if it even works. I'm gonna sneeze. Achoo! Excuse me. But I might have to plug this in, charge it up, see if it will actually charge up, and see if it'll actually do anything interesting. I mean, it was free, so whatever. I don't even know what it's supposed to be. Look at this screen. This is like ridiculous. So, yeah. There's dead junk in here, too, that I need to get rid of. Like, there's this, which doesn't work. I don't know why it's still here. There's this, which doesn't work. I don't know why it's still here. Like, I mean, I gotta do some serious clear out of garbage. But, yes. Dead junk, throw it out. I'm not going to throw out a hard drive, and there's a good reason for doing that. Any Joe Blow with the right tools. See, what I think this... I'll talk about this in a second, but any Joe Blow with the right tools take the platter out of these hard drives and put it into one that works and get the data off of it. I mean, yeah, you could take a hammer and smash the crap out of it, but, like... Or you could do what I just did and let it fall on the floor. That might break the platters. But... no, I don't really feel like doing that. So that's going to go... probably going to just go in my recycling pile, too. Excuse me. I think things are starting to fall apart here. You know what I haven't, that I thought I was going to do, probably should have done? An update video on that O2 Cool battery operated fan that I actually have not been really using. What would a TV degaussing coil do to a hard drive? Good question. It's a pity I don't actually have a degaussing coil somewhere around here that I can use to test that theory. The hell do you want? Stupid thing. Answer your... screw you, you stupid. Shut up. This thing is making noise. Shut up. Quit making noise. Can I put this in... actually, I can do it very easily. It's an iPhone. This is the one thing that I also wish Android phones had. Silence. So much better. Anyway. Bulk tape erasers will work. $9.52. Alright. So I'm probably going to wrap this thing up here. Actually wrap this thing up. Because I don't really have much else to say. I think I mentioned it. This thing is probably going to destroy the video quality, but then you can see, actually, this is the Beckman Industrial Multimeter that I need to fix. You can see in there, it doesn't have the cover either, but I don't really care about the cover, but you can see, maybe, probably not really. I don't think it'll actually focus on it. Liquor is absolutely god-awful, so I don't even know why you'd ask that question. You can see over there, there's Moret sitting on my bench. I gotta put that back in the closet, because I'm pretty much done with it now. So, work is proceeding unabated on servers, and all of that. And let me see if I can put this down without it busting everything. Or stopping the stream. Okay, now it won't sit still. Come on, you can do it. Okay, are we gonna sit? Are you good? Alright, we're good. What else? Is there anything else? Is there actually anything else? I need to replace this, what is a Sterilite 3-drawer cart I bought at Walmart for some ridiculous amount of money, no doubt. What a cheap piece of junk. One of the casters fell off. It's got nothing in it, and one of the casters fell off. It broke. Like, I don't know if this is a joke or what, but that's pretty stupid. I got a UPS on the other side of the room that's not charging properly. Probably should replace that. Don't know with what. I don't really have anything with which to replace it. At least not until I get the smart UPS 1400 that's sitting outside fixed, which I'd like to do. Other than that, is there anything in here that needs to be talked about? I had a video, a review of this stupid Arctic Air swamp cooler. I don't know if I'm going to actually end up uploading it. Those things are junk. I've lost context on what that was about. Um, Probably the three-drawer cart. That might be what he's talking about. And I'm not going to disagree with that. The ones that are at Superstore and Loblaws are even worse than the ones at Walmart, which is really sad. But the ones at Stupid Store, you can actually look at them and you can see that they've yellowed, and they haven't been sitting on the. They haven't been sitting around for a while, and they're already yellowed. So yeah, no thanks. And the only other benefit of the ones at Walmart is that you can get bigger ones that are basically as wide as two of them, but they're put together into one. And that's what I'm probably going to end up doing, is getting a bigger one. I don't know where the hell I'm going to put it. Probably right here where this one is. Actually, that's not a bad idea. I'll just put it right there. Okay, well, that's figured out. I just found my fly swatter. Is there anything else? Not really. So I'm going to leave you with the following. Mock vinyl CD recordable. I try to make it look like a 45. Digital vinyl. Yeah, right. Whatever. I got it for free. It's the only one that I have. I've never actually used it. Probably never will. I may do what all the hipsters are doing these days and with actual vinyl, but instead of using actual vinyl that somebody might want, I might take that and tie a string to it and hang it from the ceiling or something. I don't know. Actually, that might be an interesting thing to put in front of the window just to keep birds from flying into the window, because it's happened a couple of times. I think it was birds. It might have been I think one of them was a bat, actually, that flew into the window. But that's not good for them, so probably have to do something about that. Alright. I don't see any further questions going on here, so last call for questions. Last call. Going once. Going twice. Sold. How did that song go? Going once, going twice. I'm sold to the lady in the second row. She's an 8, she's a 9, she's a 10, I know. She's got ruby red lips, blonde hair, blue eyes, and I'm about to make her mine, oh mine. Demonetized. Anyway. Yeah. That is a thing. And I don't know if everybody's just behind or what, but I think that's pretty much going to wrap it up. No more questions, no more answers to give. Fun little time. Don't know if I'll do one next week. Haven't decided yet or not. That's going to depend greatly upon if I actually have any content, because as fun as open floor discussion really is, it doesn't make for a very good video for people to watch. So I can imagine that when I actually make this archive public, nobody is going to watch it. And that's fine. You know, whatever. So I will see you on the next video. And, take care. You just got a copyright strike, yeah, as if I don't have enough experience with that already. No further comment. Do you want to stop streaming? Well, there's a reason why I pushed the X button, right?